YouTube, welcome and welcome back. Thank you all for tuning in. I go by Jeremy22. For those of you who are new to this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Like this video and share it if you have anyone you feel may benefit by watching this video. So before we get started today talking about the lucrative side of lawn care as a side hustle or as a full-time business, I want to go ahead and throw this out there. So if you plan on starting a lawn care service or any other type of small business, if you live in the US, you may be entitled to filing this on your taxes. Go ahead and head on over to irs.gov for more information on that. So on to the subject. Lawn care is a lucrative business. So lawn care is a service that will probably never go away unless grass just magically decided to stop growing. I don't foresee Mother Nature just up and deciding not to produce grass anymore. And since that will probably never happen, I think grass cutting or lawn care is probably the most lucrative business to date, especially if you live in an area where grass grows all year long. Starting a lawn care business has many advantages. For example, you're your own boss, which means you get the leisure of setting your own hours. And in addition to setting your own hours, you also get to set your own price rates. So now you're no longer limited to how much you can earn in a day. It doesn't require any special skills. So no classes are needed. You don't have to go through any school for anyone to tell you how to cut grass. You just go and buy your equipment, get a couple yards under your belt, and boom, you got a business. Also, it has a very low startup cost. You can start a lawn care service for under $400. Now I'm going to show you the equipment that you need to do that. So the equipment you're going to want to invest in when starting a lawn care business. First, you're going to need a lawnmower. Now I use a gas-powered Yard Machines brand with a 20-inch cutting blade. It's a push mower and it has a side discharge. So with the side discharge, it means it spits all of the grass clippings back onto the yard. Second, you're going to want to get yourself some trimmers or what's called a weed eater. Now I use a Remington Rustler 2530 series. It's a 2-cycle engine. The purpose of the weed eater is the lawnmower sometimes can't reach certain areas or like tight corners. So the weed eater is going to clip those weeds in those corners that the lawnmower can't get to. Third, you're going to want to get yourself some safety goggles to protect your eyes from any flying debris when cutting or weed eating. Also, you're going to want to get yourself some gloves to protect your hands from any sharp objects or anything nasty that may be in the yard, like dog feces or whatever it may be. Now the fifth piece of equipment I'm going to recommend that you purchase is optional in my opinion. You don't necessarily need it, but I would suggest that you get a blower. Now I say that it's optional because most of the times I forget to charge mine up because mine is battery operated. So I use the blower to blow the grass clippings that I've blown onto the road or onto the sidewalk. But being that I'm so forgetful, I'll use the lawnmower. And the velocity of the blades turning on the mower is powerful enough to push the grass clippings back in the direction that I need them to go. Now I would be selling you a false dream if I sat here and told you that owning a lawn care business didn't come without its disadvantages. And the first disadvantage that I see is having only a few pieces of equipment and no vehicle to transport those pieces of equipment in. Let's say you have jobs that are on totally opposite ends of town. Now that cuts into your time and you have to travel far by walking to get to your location. 2 would be maintenance costs. So at some point you may incur maintenance fees on your equipment. 3 would be your area and the climate. So for areas that have like real winters, then during those winter months, you may be out of a job because the climate is too cold and the grass won't grow in the cold weather. And the last is your clothing costs. If you want to maintain a professional image, then you may have to set a budget aside to purchase some new clothing. And now we reach the end of the video. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you learned something today. I also hope you found some motivation to go out and start your own lawn care business or any other type of small business that you desire to do. And we'll see you all on the next video. Please don't forget, subscribe, share, and like. We'll see you all soon. Peace.